Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today we are looking at Exceptional X-Men issue 2. And let me just sort out my camera, apologies. This is written by Ewing. Carmen Carnero is on the art, color artist by Nolan Woodard, and letters from VC Travis Lanham. So we got Kate Pryde, Trista Marshall, who is the young lady that was saved last issue, and Emma Frost in the background. So our story begins with Kitty Pryde getting hassles from Trista to be her mentor, her guidance counselor, whatever you want to call it. Meanwhile, there is some baseball game and, rivalries, and somebody's going to get a broken nose. However, Kitty Pryde prevents this. So very normal stuff. This is the life she wants. She wants to live a normal life. She wants to do her job. She wants to go on a date. She's got a second date with a lady called Nina, and she works at a restaurant as well, so it makes sense that they're going to meet during the day. She also gets a ticket. Very normal stuff. So this is perfect. Nice date. She's gone with Nina to watch Nina's little sister play I think football, or soccer as it's known in the US. Over here we just call it football. Very popular game over here. I won't tell you who I support. Anyway, moving on. The weather's really cool, and Emma Frost is keeps peering into Kitty Pryde's brain. I find it difficult that Kitty Pryde isn't picking this up, considering, we saw during the Krakoa era all the defenses that Xavier had instilled in a lot of his X-Men, and Kitty Pryde was an X-Man for a very long time. So over here, you can see we've got a young mutant just come to watch his friend play ball. And these Neanderthals are trying to start something. And the key word is ignorance, because basically they don't understand really why they don't like a mutant. They're just aware that mutants are different and therefore should be treated like crap. And in the real world, this actually happens in the real world, and also one of the kids mentions, what my dad mentions, and that's sometimes where it stems from. It stems from family members, which is very bad, and also, like I said, today's society, it's still there, just a different form. We're not dealing with mutants, we're dealing with other things. So, moving on, this young lady is concerned that his friend who he's come to watch isn't doing anything. However, she's like, he said he's fine, he's okay. So, he's doing a lot of monologue there. So, she tries to engage with him. However, he's like, God, man, I don't want to be part of a gang or anything. Stop interfering. I'm fine. Nothing's going on here. They're just blacking in the background, taking pictures, thinking they're funny, etc. He's dealing with it in his own way by ignoring it, which has always been part of the saying. Sometimes you can't ignore things, but you ignore it. From her point of view, she's saying it's not right that anybody should be experiencing this sort of prejudice. And I probably said that completely wrong, so I do apologize. And it's normal for me to say things wrong, as you know. So Kitty Pryde is still getting hassled by Trista. The date is going okay. However, in the background, they're saying that they can see that something is going on, and kids can be so horrible. And it's like, yeah, the government too. But he doesn't seem to be in any danger. That's the point. There's lots of people around. There's no real danger. They're just some kids, sprouting off at the mouth, until this young lady who says, I've had enough, she goes flying up there. And it turns out when one of the sapiens go to attack her, she sort of phases in a different way to Kitty Pryde, and the boy goes flying through, and then it's all hell breaks loose. And proper fire, 3 boys on one young lady, and Kitty Pryde comes in and saves the day by taking these down to out of harm's way. So that is the whole point here, that she's diffused the situation quite quickly with her experience, because these mutants don't know how to control their powers, and do what they do. So once again, Kitty Pryde is sucked in to this world that she is trying not to be sucked into, and I'm quite enjoying that, the learnness of this. So they sort of argue, etc., and Kitty Pryde trying to explain that you escalate a situation, you create a scene, and then the girl walks off, and she powers flare up at the inappropriate times because she's not learning how to control them, and Kitty Pryde has to coach her through phasing out of it. So she goes off, the game is cancelled, so therefore the date is over with, and she's trying to say, well, first date was a dud, second date's a dud, hopefully third date is a charm. Meanwhile, the White Queen is once again trying to intrude on her thoughts and find out what's going on. Okay, so we get a moody empath, etc., and somebody who can phase. So Ty, the girl who caused all this, not caused it all, but she became part of the problem and the commotion, I guess is the word I'm looking for, gets a number, and she says her message saying, thanks for earlier and have a nice day. And then Kitty Pryde feels she has an idea. So what she does is she actually puts Trista with these other two so that they can start building some form of friendship, etc. In the background, you've got this character which I find a bit weird, saying, it's just a bit random. I feel like that maybe there's something that will grow on this. She just talks about, running little errands, etc. I wish that I'd be taken seriously as a professional. It was just really weird. It's either something in the background just to keep the story going, that other things are happening in the world, or it's something more. Or it is the other thing I was thinking for Emma Frost's auto ego that she recently assumed during Iron Man, but I could be completely wrong and off the bat. Time will tell, or I would just say, well, nothing happened there, or I think. Now, I do love this bit. So this is Kitty Pryde reminiscing on when she first met Storm, and they went to the shop, the corner shop for ice cream, and she talks about Aurora being one of her teachers, and she's like, more than that, kitten, we'll be found in it. It gets back into that heart of Kitty Pryde, the heart that was probably lost during Krakoa's final days, where she was doing things that were not very Kitty Pryde, even though she was trained and she could do them. She never wanted to. So I do love that fact, and she just literally, that just sucks her all in. So the kids come back to her house very inappropriately, knocking on the door, we want to come in, etc. And she says, this isn't really inappropriately. And then we get the final scene, which is absolutely perfect. Emma Frost is walking them off, etc. So no need to trouble yourself, dear. These young people get exactly what they need. Now, we know that Emma Frost has always been for the mutant children and hope educating them and getting to a place. But she also sometimes has very interesting ways of doing that. She was part of the Hellfire Gala when she did some of these things as well, and probably was seen as a villain, did atrocious things, and then came to the side with Generation X, and then later on with New X-Men and so forth and so forth. And then Kitty Pryde's like, Emma, no! So Kitty Pryde's gonna go there. I love Kitty Pryde and Emma Frost. Stemming back to Joss Whedon's run, which was really start fleshing out their characters together, and then I feel like it's just grown. I love them in the Marauders together, but this is a different kettle of fish. This isn't them going to save mutants. This is about educating the future mutants, these young mutants, etc., and protecting them at the same time. So an exceptional issue. I really did like it, no pun intended. Obviously it was intended. And then we've got issue 3, which is coming out in November. So the thing to remember with Exceptional X-Men, this seems to be only a monthly issue. There's a bit of a slow burn with this, rather than Uncanny and Normal X-Men, where they're doing, I think, 2 issues a month now. So very, very quick turnover in those issues. This is going to be a bit slower, but I actually feel like this, I'm actually really enjoying this for what this is. Very good storytelling, very good development of Kitty Pryde, Emma Frost, and these kids coming into their lives, etc. and we're going to see how their relationship together actually forms as well, because I'm sensing that it will be quite a lot of fun, these two characters together. If they are told right, Eva's going to bang this out of the park, I tell you. And this is going to be one of my favorite runs. So anyway, hope you like my video. If you do, please do support my channel by subscribing. Thank you for taking time to watch this video. I do really appreciate it. Make sure you look after yourself. And as always, embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.